What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. Look, we are well behind, but baby, this is a real RuPaul's Drag Race. What are we on? Season? I don't even know anymore. Season 15, episode 6. So we are starting this episode off with Malaysia and the girls talking, and basically Malaysia said, I know the girls don't see it for me, and that's okay. They see me as an underdog, but I'm going to prove them wrong, We're starting to see peeks through of, as Bob the drag queen likes to call her, Men in Black. Listen, I like Mistress Isabel. I like her, but I do think that she has a bully spirit in her, and it's cute for the camera and all of that, but sometimes it can be a little mean-spirited, and we're gonna see in this episode and the next couple of episodes, in my opinion, that the things are a little mean-spirited. So Ru comes through and says, hey, we're gonna have a flash forward 50 years. You guys are going to perform 3 different types of music genre as old ladies, right? So get into groups of the people you like. Now, again, because of the time constraints, we don't do no whole lot of back and forth with these groups anymore. So basically, people got to choose their group. So group 1 is Lux, Mistress, S15, and Marsha. Group 2 is Robin, Jax, Lucy, and Anitra. And group 3 is Aurora, Malaysia, Sasha, and Spice. So they're able to listen to the music and then decide what they want. So the first genre is hip hop, second genre is metal, the third genre is country. So group 1 and group 2 both wanted metal. Group 3, no. I just got that wrong. Group 1 and group 3 both wanted metal. Group 2 wanted hip hop. So it turned into for lack of a better word, a dig match to see who was going to get metal. Now, group 2 sort of slid in and was like, well, shoot, if y'all fighting over metal, we want hip-hop. Y'all good? So they were able to get what they wanted and basically sit back with some popcorn and watch the sparks fly. So Lux and Mistress, it was really Lux and Mistress against Malaysia and Sasha, who were basically fighting over the metal. Now, here's the reality of the situation. Somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose, and I get that. And I understand fighting for it. Like, I don't have any problem with you fighting for it. The problem that I had was the mean spirit in which Lux and Mistress were coming at it. Like, basically, listen, it's ours. Why? It's no need in you arguing. It's no need in you fighting back. It belongs to us. Oh, well, we don't care what you think. And Lux was like, yeah, I mean, I already have on the metal hat, so I'm going to do it. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Y'all need to just go on over there and get ready for country because it's going to be us. Now, Sasha and Malaysia pushed back and was like, whoa, that's not what this, no, we're not doing that. Like, you're not going to just bulldoze your way through. You're not going to just decide that it belongs to you. Like, that's not how we're doing this. And I really felt, and as a viewer watching it, I did not feel like Mistress was joking. Now, after, because this is weeks old, after listening to, Bob and Monet's podcast, which I listen to religiously, Monet thought it was a kiki from the beginning, like, oh, she was just joking. But I don't feel like she was. I feel like she came back later and was like, girl, I was just playing with you, because I feel like maybe she realized she had gone too far, but I don't think she was playing. That is not the vibe that I got. I didn't get the vibe that it was all just a joke, but that's just me. Ultimately, somebody suggested rock, paper, scissors, and they were like, no, we're not doing that. Somebody suggested, they finally just pulled it out of the hat, and group 3 got metal, and group 2 had to do country, which I was loving because I was like, that's what you should have got anyway. Robin, so we have to go through where they go and they do their performance, they record their track or whatever. Robin seems to be struggling. They always have to show us the struggle and who was excelling and who was kind of struggling. So Robin in her group was sort of struggling. STDs in her group was struggling. Aurora in her group was sort of struggling with getting the rap, getting the vibe, getting the melody, whatever the situation is. And then the ladies they came together to do their choreography. And again, it was very catty. It was very, what are they doing? I don't know what they're doing. How are they doing it? What is going on? And I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, some groups did look more put together than others, I must say. But ultimately, y'all know what it's about. They're gonna get this choreography together, and they're gonna be ready to perform when it's time to perform, right? But again, I did still feel like I don't have a problem with the cattiness when they doing the choreography. They always do that. Like, you gonna watch somebody else practice, and you gonna always feel like what you got going on is better. Or when your opportunity comes up, you're gonna do better. Like, that's not a big deal. Like, that's always what it is. So the mirror moment was about Sasha sharing about the struggles of the Hawaiian community as it relates to LGBTQ. She talked about the clubs and the clubs being raided and them not being able, the dressing certain garments and the laws that were put in place. She talked about it's a whole community. And apologies that I didn't write down the name of the in Hawaiian what the name means. I did not realize that Sasha was Hawaiian. I didn't realize that. But she definitely gave us a history lesson on the struggles of the Hawaiian people and the LGBTQ community, even going to present day. So shouts out to Sasha, shouts out to the Hawaiian people in their struggle for, equality and everything. So the first group we saw were the Banjo Bitches, and I said they were great. Like, as much as I wanted them to flop because I was still feeling in my feelings about Mistress and Lux, and I feel like the way they came at Malaysia, I was still in my feelings, but they did a really good job. They definitely did. The choreography was on beat, and Lux did a really good job. Her performance, I thought, was really, really good. She was probably the strongest, I think, in the group. I thought she did good. Then we had, and we had a visit from the 5 Old Gays. If you follow TikTok, they're like TikTok sensations. They're 5 older gentlemen who are all gay, and they are very open about their experiences going through what they've gone through in their lifetime. They talked about, so they asked them questions about their friends and their journey. And one of the things that is so sad, anytime I talk to someone who, a gay man, particularly a gay man, and particularly a gay man of color, but particularly a gay man who went through the whole AIDS epidemic as a gay person, it is always so sad to hear these stories about how many people they lost. One of the men said, listen, I lost all of my friends. Everybody that I knew died. Everybody that I was friends with died of AIDS. He said, and then I was diagnosed, and so of course immediately I felt like this is my death sentence. I remember reading, I think it was Jennifer Lewis's autobiography, and she talked about on Broadway losing so many of her friends during the 70s and the 80s. Shirley Ralph has spoken about it. Billy Porter. It's like you hear people tell these stories about that time period, and I can't imagine. Anyway, that's just me taking a side. We take a side. Let's come back. But they made a guest appearance, and I thought that was really cute. And then, of course, during Untucked, they had an extended conversation during Untucked. For the next group was the Rockin' OGs. I thought they were good. My notes said they started off hot. Then they started to slow down, but the end was good. The standout for me was Sasha. She was the standout. She was in it the whole time. She was there. I thought Aurora did a good job. Aurora was sort of nervous, wasn't really sure, but I think ultimately he sort of came through, and it was really good. My least favorite group was the Old Dirty Bitches. They were the rap group, they were the hip hop group, and I felt like they did not stay. My notes were that they didn't stay in character. And what I mean by that is they would do a backflip. They would, get down and do the break dancing and stuff, and it was like they did it as a regular 20-year-old person. Then they would get up and be like, oh, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be old. Hold on, let me grab my cane. Whereas the rest of the groups stayed in character the whole time, all while entertaining, all while still giving you the illusion that these were old women. Whereas with the Old Dirty Bitches, to me, they look like women dressed up as old women but performing. Like, they never, to me, I never bought the illusion that they were old women, right? So they were my least favorite. They still did okay. And I wrote in my notes, Ru did not look impressed and a mess. That's what I wrote. But that's just kind of, I felt that way because when they pan to Ru and Ru doesn't have an expression and you don't hear that cackle, then you know Ru is not impressed. But with the other two groups, I heard the cackle. Ru was kind of in it, you know. But when they pan over to Ru and she's just doing this, you know you're not hitting it. You're not giving what it needs to be give, right? So for the runway, now I had taken pictures and everything, you guys. I was going to show y'all pictures. I said I was going to start doing the pictures and showing y'all the runway looks. But listen, one, y'all ain't looking at the reviews. So it's a lot of work to infuse these pictures. I gotta take the pictures, gotta upload the pictures and edit the pictures and put the pictures in. That's a lot. And I'm not saying I won't do it because I love y'all. But I ain't gonna do it for 85 people who watching the reviews now. People will start watching the reviews and I'm gonna do all the work. Okay? Neither here nor there. The second reason why is because this runway did not impress me. I just, there wasn't a lot here that I liked. So I'm just gonna go a little bit through my notes because it was a tie-dye runway. And to be honest with you, I hate tie-dye. And maybe that's why I wasn't that impressed with the runway, because I don't like tie-dye. I have never liked tie-dye. Remember going to camp? We always had to make a tie-dye t-shirt. I don't like it. I don't wear it. I don't like tie-dye. And so maybe that's just kind of, maybe I had a prejudice. But the runway was not good, in my opinion. It wasn't good. A couple of the ladies, I don't even think that was tie-dye. But let's talk about it. So first we have Miss Anitra. Now Anitra has like a tie-dye. To me it looked like it was just a bunch of pieces of cloth put together. I didn't really see, it wasn't much of an outfit to me. But it was just a bunch of pieces of cloth that were tie-dyed, sewn together. Okay. I wrote in my notes cutaway, but that was more of a cutaway, child. Jax, I like Jax's outfit because it was very feminine. You know, she gets a lot of pushback for not being very feminine, and I think this outfit was very feminine. She had like some booty shorts with the cheeks hanging out. It was tie-dye. She had a green wig, which I thought was really cute. Some stilettos, and that was sort of like it was a jean tie-dye situation. Again, not the traditional tie-dye, which is okay. I'm okay with them not giving us a traditional tie-dye. Next up was Lucy. I loved Lucy's dress. It was like very after 5. It was tie-dye, had a high collar. I thought it was cute. Robin, I wrote a flowy dress, and again, had like a very light tie-dye. I didn't see, again, I don't know, I don't feel like they embraced the tie-dye. I feel like they probably felt like me. They ain't like tie-dye, so it was kind of like, tie-dye-ish. Mistress came out in a bodysuit. I loved it with like a sash around it that was tie-dyed. I liked her outfit. She had gave us the high purple hair. I love it. I love it. I love it. Lux London came out in another cutout dress, again with this red orange hair. I'm gonna say she reminds me so much of Simone. I don't think that she's as polished as Simone, but she reminds me so much of Simone. And I did like her little cutout situation. Selena Estes, I did like her dress. It was like a denim dress with cutouts on it. It was very form-fitting, and I did like it. I liked it as a dress. And it did have like a little tie-dye situation. Marsha, I didn't see any tie-dye. It was a white dress with these, high stockings with just like a drip, looked like a drip of paint down the front. Baby, that's not tie-dye. I don't know where you got that from. I don't know what you didn't understand the assignment. You didn't know what tie-dye was. I don't know. Sasha, I wrote yes. She had this bodysuit on. It was tie-dye from head to toe with this big sombrero hat. Baby, the body was body-yaddy-yaddy-yaddy-ing. I was loving it. And it was the traditional tie-dye. And, I was here for it. Aurora gave us this suit. I loved the suit. I didn't like the chest out. Because, again, we're supposed to be given illusion of woman. If you're not going to wear breasts, which I have a problem with, the drag queens that are flat-chested, but that's not my business. That's my opinion. But Then you're going to have the jacket open so we see the nipples. That is not how a woman would walk. That is not how a woman would go out in regular public. I ain't saying a woman would never show her titties. But that is not how a woman would normally roll. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Okay. Spice, I just said Spice looks the same. Child, Spice give us the same look every week. Halter top, short skirt. Child. Malaysia, and it was tie-dye, but anyway. Malaysia, I loved it. She gave us, I wrote blonde hair madam. She gave us this big, and it was a beautiful gown, tie-dye with, it was a beautiful tie-dye print with this flowy gown. I loved it. I thought she was giving. So for our tops and our bottom, the bottom we had Jax and Robin. They feel like Robin is holding back. They feel like Robin is not standing out. They forget she's there. I feel the same way, judges. I feel the same way. Jax, I think they just didn't like Jax. Because it seemed like no matter what Jax did, it was never good enough. They never liked anything that Jax produced. So I feel like they just didn't like Jax. That's just what I walked away from, because it just didn't matter what she did. And I feel like Jax wasn't as bad as her critiques. But I'm not there, and I certainly ain't getting paid for it. So, the overall, Aurora was the overall winner. They feel like Aurora really commanded the stage and really did her thing, and they loved her outfit, which, of course, I hear. Then we had the lip sync. It came down to Jax and Robin. And they lip synced to In Your Room by the Bangles. I'm going to be honest, I didn't care if either one of them went home. I told you guys a couple of weeks ago that there were some people we need to just go on and get out of the way before we can get to the real competition. In my mind, Robin was one of them, Jax was one of them, so I didn't really care who went home. The lip sync was I mean, of course, Jax gave us a bunch of backflips and acrobatics, and I was here for it. Don't get me wrong. I was here for it. It was exciting to see, that's great. But I kind of feel like we've seen it. You gave it to us. So I enjoyed seeing it, but it didn't surprise me. Does that make sense? Okay. But ultimately it was Robin's time to go home. So Robin went home, and that's just kind of where we are with it. So you guys let me know what you think. I will talk to you later. Peace.